I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? And welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I am here to bring y'all the latest in news and reality TVT. And y'all saw the thumbnail, so you know exactly who we're talking about, okay? Make sure y'all let me know where y'all coming from in my comments. Go ahead, put your city, your state, your country, your island, your continent into the chat. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with DYANAROZAY. Also, make sure y'all hit that like button, share the video, become a subscriber if you are not already. Martell, the criminal case has finally been finalized. I'm going to give y'all all the juicy little details behind that. So stick around. We're also talking about Lance Fletcher child. A lot of people wanted to know where the mama of his baby / grandbaby was on Saturday night's episode. People were saying there's no way in hell that man is a single father. Cut it out, okay? I'm going to tell y'all what I know about that, including what's going on with the mama. So stick around. And we are talking about Tamar Braxton. I know a cat has 9 lives, and Tamar Braxton may also have 9 lives. If she does, she's on her 8th, okay? Because every 3 months, Tamar is saying she doesn't know what happened to her, and she's asking for prayers. And yeah, she's doing that right now. So we're going to talk all about it. Let me get my banner up. Y'all, this is for entertainment purposes. All opinions are alleged, okay? So we're going to get into it right now. Let's start with Lance Fletcher. If y'all missed my review on Sunday, it was the bee's knees. I hope you got a chance to watch it. Check it out, okay? Lance Fletcher revealed that he is emotionally, mentally, physically exhausted. All the things, all the warning signs, okay? When someone tells you this, you're supposed to take them serious. And his mama took him serious and said, how about I stay with you for 1 or 2 or 3 days out the week and take care of the baby so that you can rest yourself up, right? And yeah, a lot of people say, baby, that's a storyline. Nobody's believing that shit. Where's the mama? The mama has that baby. Lance is just using him. Okay. It's a little girl. I think her name is Creed. Anyway, Nell Fletcher went on to Carlos King's page yesterday. She was live, and we got a live reaction for her regarding all of this. She said, number one, she can't tell too much about what's going on with the mother of the baby because Lance and the baby mama are in family court for a custody hearing soon. She said her son had already been granted temporary full custody of the baby, but they're going back to see if it remains the same or if changes are going to be made. And she said because of that, she can't give too much detail, but it sounds like, child, it is a biggie because not very often do they snatch a newborn from its mother unless there's a huge deal going on. So we shall see what happens next, but that's the story. This is a real storyline. He does have full custody of his youngest child. She also said that he has 2 ex-wives and he shares custody with the 2 children that came from one or both of those marriages. So, woo, it sounds like he's a good father, like he tries to, step up to the plate and handle his business. She also said that he owns his own home, has had his own home for over a decade, that he's an entrepreneur, and that if sometimes she doesn't call him and tell him to go home, he will burn the midnight oil, and, he'll still be at the office or at the job site trying to finish. So she said that she has to call him and say, go home, go to sleep. So just so you know, she painted a picture of Lance being a very, very responsible father. And Yeah, I actually like this storyline. If this is something he's bringing to the show, I like the storyline. I want to hear about the dad who got full custody of his baby and how he's handling it, how he's taking it on. Y'all talk to me in the comments. There was a lot of people I would say this, most people supported Nell Fletcher, stepping up to the plate and offering to help. But there were a few people saying they didn't like it, that they feel like he should just take it on himself, that single mothers do this all the time, work a full job and try to make it work by taking care of the baby. I still feel that if they give you those warning signs, physical, mental, emotional, believe them, especially a mother that just gave birth. That postpartum is no joke. So I would say that give help both ways. But y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Nell Fletcher didn't end the chit chat with her son Lance, child. She has some things to say about Tisha too. Let me put it up here. She gave Tisha a warning. She said that she is not the one to be played with. And I know that Tisha's mom, Wanda, is going to be on Nell Fletcher's ass in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. But she said, I'm not the one to be played with. She said, Tisha is not truthful. Basically, she called her a liar. She said that she likes to deflect. She likes to turn the story around when it's not going her way. She said, at the end of the day, I'm not the one because it was Marceau that brought Fletcher into his business when he didn't have to. Now, I told y'all that Marceau used Chris as his alibi. And she said that's why Tisha was so caught up when she was sitting at that coffee shop because she clearly didn't have the whole story. But she said she does that a lot in the season. But she ended up saying at the end of this little meeting, she said, well, actually, let me say this. They asked if she was okay with Tisha addressing Chris, or would she have rather she just kept the conversation with her. And she said, Tisha actually asked me if she could talk to Chris. So she asked her permission and she gave it to her. She said that was fine. She said what she didn't expect is for Tisha to go marching her little self up in Chris's face with her hands waving. She said, that's when I stepped in and said, no, 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 get back. Okay, give me 50 feet, right? But she said she had actually given her permission. Then she said that Tisha seemed like the cat got her tongue when she shared with her, I was in Atlanta, Tisha. And she said, I still got the receipts. I got the receipts. I had a surgery. She got her tatas done for Chris Fletcher. Okay. She said she had to get them up, lift them tatas up and make sure they were standing to the ceiling, child. She said, I don't mind telling that business. It's not a problem for me. You're not going to embarrass me with my business. So I was like, that's the only way to play it. If you're going to be on reality TV, you cannot let people embarrass you with your business. But she said, yeah, at the end of the day, she was there. She remembered the phone call. Fletcher went out to meet Marceau wherever he was. She said he was gone about 2 hours and then came back with food for her. Now, if you live in Atlanta, you know 2 hours meant that he really only spent about 30 minutes with Marceau because there's so much traffic that the drive to wherever you're going is going to take a minute to order the food, get the food, and come back. So she said it was no time at all, and Tisha looked stupid. Whatever Marceau did for the entire time he was in Atlanta, because I think he was there for like a day or two, she said Chris wasn't there. So she's standing firm on that. Okay. She also had some things to say about Chris. She actually said she cussed him the hell out. So the scene that Chris does with Melody last season, where Melody asked the question, are you the one who told Martell to get an NDA with these women they sleeping with or he's sleeping with? And Chris said, no, I didn't tell him that. We overhear him say maybe it was Marceau or Maurice, but the way he squashes the beef with Maurice and Marceau is said, I said that Maurice was a lawyer. Well, Marceau isn't a lawyer, so why would you bring him up, child? But anyway, The audience didn't believe it. People watching the show didn't believe it. And clearly, now Fletcher doesn't believe it either. Because she said when she saw the scene, she screamed, "What the fuck you say that for? Why would you say that?" And she said she was furious and basically let Chris have it. And her reason for letting Chris have it was Chris should have been better prepared, knowing that he was sitting with Melody and how she words things so that it looks a certain way. Don't shoot the messenger, child. I'm just telling you what she said. Okay. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but y'all can go listen to it for yourself. I just can't play any secondary audio because they are real serious with striking channels now. So listen, that's how she said it. She said, everybody knows you don't play that game with Mel. You have to make sure that when she asks a question, you answer it a certain way so that you don't get your ass caught up. Okay? But y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about all of it. Okay? We're going to move on to the next story, which is Tamar Braxton. So I don't know if y'all follow Tamar on TikTok. I do. Tamar has a very active social life. She likes to cook all night on live, party, sing. She always have a bunch of men. I don't ever see other women in the house with her, but men in the house who like to, I don't know if it's her background singers and dancers, possibly members of her band. But she'll stay up with them all night and cook and have fun on her TikTok. And I'm always like, girl, you are always partying over there. And I think even on Nene Leak's page, she said something similar. Nene said, girl, I live a courtyard away and I can hear you playing the piano and belting out the songs. Anyway, Tamar is always got something going on. She's getting robbed. Y'all know she had an incident where she took some pills and she was in the hospital for a bit. And sometimes you really need to sit in quiet because when you have all that noise going on all night long, it's because you're trying to not sit with your own thoughts. That's my personal belief. But Tamar has let us in yet again on a horrible situation that happened to her the other day on Sunday night. She posted this to her IG stories. And she said, and she posted this today. She said, I struggle to write this, but everyone keeps calling me. And honestly, I can't really talk anymore. I'm so weak. I almost died Sunday. I was found in a pool of blood from my friend with my face injury. As the days go by, the worse it is. I fractured my nose, lost some teeth, and mobility. The way I look at life now is totally different. As my health is on the mend, my mental journey begins. Pray for me for real. I don't even know what happened to me. Child, I do know you have a son that needs you, so I hope you figure it out. Saying that she lost mobility, maybe all that late night eating has spiked your sugar levels, because that's something that can happen if your blood sugar is too high. You can pass out. So I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but child, figure this out and stop eating all that damn food at night, partying on TikTok. You got to cut out that late night eating. That's what I think it might be. But y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. We'll keep an eye on this story to see if she says anything further. But yikes. Okay. Yikes on a bike. Let's move on to the next story, which is Martell Holt. So y'all, early last year in 2024, Martell was convicted of DV, harassing communications. Okay. Domestic V, harassing communications. He pled guilty and then he appealed. So the appeal trial was supposed to take place yesterday, but it looked like he spoke to the assistant prosecutor and they worked out a deal. Okay. This happened yesterday. Now, if y'all didn't know, he tried to make it out like there was going to be this new trial and all this stuff, but the guilty plea they accepted. He was found guilty. He said he took it. It is what it is. That was on record. When he makes an appeal, the burden of proof is on him to say, this is why it shouldn't be guilty. This is why I shouldn't be guilty. This is where the courts made a mistake or the prosecutor made a mistake. But that's what an appeal case is, just so everybody's on the same page. But it actually didn't make it to trial because Martell ended up sitting with the prosecutor and they negotiated a plea deal yesterday that was accepted, a plea adjudication and sentencing order from Martell Holt on August 18th, 2025. So a plea deal was given and accepted. And Martell ended up pleading guilty to harassing communications, and they amended the DV part. So DV, harassing communications, is a much more serious charge, even though it was considered a third-degree misdemeanor, but they removed the DV from the charge. It does not say why they removed it. It could be a plethora of reasons, but it doesn't say why. It could be that he showed them something to say, this is what was sent before, this is what was sent after, don't know. It could be that the prosecuting attorney said, you will accept a deal because we don't want to take it to court due to the expense, due to him having a heavy caseload with other things. But whatever happened did happen, and a judge has to review it and say, I'll accept it as this. So that is what happened yesterday. It was accepted. He did have to pay a charge of $300, a fine of $300, and he also had to pay a $100 court cost. So $400 altogether. That is pretty much it. Nothing else to be said about it. He doesn't have any type of, I'll say this, the past record that included probation and all of that, it looks like it has been wiped clean. He's only accepting harassing communications. Like I said, a lesser charge. It is considered a lesser charge. Now, why is this important? Well, I know that Melody was waiting to get the verdict in this case before proceeding with the custody hearing that's coming up for them, I guess in a few weeks or a month or so. So if he would have walked into court with that DV, harassing communications, that would have been pretty bad, because everything that I've been reading about Alabama law, they frown upon a parent having a DV conviction for either domestic or family violence. They said that's a no-no. So a dispute like that could remove custody from him altogether. So that may be, you know what I'm saying? He clearly was fighting to get this reduced, and this is what happened for him. So I guess in a way, he may have won a little bit. But anyway, yeah, that is what's going on right now. We shall see what happens next. And if he discusses it on the show, because they are filming for the second half of the season. But y'all talk to me in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. Really, what the current conviction, what they are allowing him to be convicted of, harassing communications, or what it has been lowered to is harassing communications. That's basically just saying, listen, I misjudged a situation. I misjudged something. It's saying that it wasn't on purpose. You know what I'm saying? It was a misjudgment, a lack of judgment. Anyway, that's it. That's all, y'all. I would love to hear what y'all have to say about all the stories that I discussed today. This is getting more interesting by the minute, ain't it? But talk to me. Let me know what y'all think about Lance Fletcher, his mama Nell Fletcher, and what she had to say about Tisha Scott. Also, let me know what y'all think about Miss Tamar Braxton and Martell Holt in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, please, and thank you. Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I will definitely check you on the next one. Bye-bye.